is winning the war. Um, According to the latest reports, Russia has taken 40% of the entire Ukraine. But you're not going to hear that from CNN or any other news broadcast. You're going to hear that Russia is being whooped, that they're killing thousands and thousands of Russian soldiers. But according to the latest information, which is documented, I'm going to show you the documents in a minute, that Russia now controls 40% of entire Ukraine, and it does look like they're going for the whole country. Other breaking news, I want to let you look at this real quick, is Putin. Sanctions are a declaration of war. I'm going to read you some statements from President Vladimir Putin, that he says all the sanctions that the European Union and the United States is putting on Russia amounts to a declaration of war. He also warned the whole world that if they try to impose a no-fly zone in Ukraine, then any country that participates in that will become a direct threat to Russia, and Russia will take them out. Also, Russia is about to put their ruble to the gold standard, folks. They're going to back their money with gold. So I told you that I do think that NATO and the United States will eventually get involved. I think that we will eventually go to war with Russia, because the main reason that the United States invaded Iraq was not over weapons of mass destruction. I'm going to give you the real reason that we invaded the Middle East. You know the real reason that we invaded the Middle East and conquered Saddam Hussein is because he was backing his money with gold. He was going to get off of the U.S. dollar, folks, the petrodollar. He was converting his currency to gold and going to back his money with gold, and also trade oil for gold. That is the same reason that we took Muammar Gaddafi out in Libya, folks. It wasn't what he was doing to his people. It wasn't that he was a brutal dictator. Muammar Gaddafi announced to the world that they were going to start printing or minting gold for their currency, challenging the petrodollar. That's exactly why we took them out. Same thing with Iran, same thing with Syria. So we made up all these excuses, but the real reason is that they were going off of the petrodollar, which we cannot allow, because that would collapse the American economy. That would collapse the world's financial system. And now, Russia, the last couple of days, just announced that they're going to be backing the ruble with gold, the first currency in the world to be backed by gold, making it a stable currency, folks. You know that United States of America is $30 trillion in debt. Do you know that, folks? We are $30 trillion in debt. Russia, on the other hand, is only about $300 or $400 billion in debt. So 300 or 400 billion versus $30 trillion in debt. Russia has the world's most natural resources, $75 trillion. Russia sits on $75 trillion worth of wealth with gold, oil, natural gas, rare minerals. Russia is the richest country in the world, according to the latest reports, that their country, the natural resources in their country, is worth $75 trillion. That is why the United States and other countries wanted to conquer Russia and divide the wealth up. But let's go ahead and get to some of the headlines and get you caught up